for future database server. So each and every files can store in a basic condition of XML database. This is a future you can whatever place you have stored your example for hospital management or banking management or any other applications. So each and every files can be stored XML database because it's easily retrieved. Main advantage, easily retrieve the file from your database server. So that this is one of the major role in database management system in future. Thank you.
Myself Soumya Raini from second year CSE. Today I am going to discuss about the case study on a XML database management system. The introduction about XML database management system is nothing. It is usually in a XML format databases, which was stored the database in a XPath and the XQuery management systems. It is mostly used in the web developments and which are the databases managed in the Excel for X formats. It is by the SAR conclusion, it is used in future in many ways. Basically used in which are the data has been collected from the many of the industries like institutions, hospitals, etc. So it will be give the best in X formats, queries and paths to manage the data.
Start about the XML database challenges. It is a slower performance. XML database are slower than the relational database for large data. Complex queries. Queries XML data using XPath or XQueries can be more difficult than the SQL. Data redundancy. XML has a lot of tags which can make the data bulky and repetitive. Storage issues. XML files take up more space due to extra tags. Limited tools. Fewer tools are used to allow XML database compared to the relational database. Thank you.
So far we have discussed about XML. So XML database is mainly used for main three purposes. One is to store and then query and to manipulate. Store means just we are storing the data there, and then a query we are again, for example, if we take a student's record means if you want any particular student's detail, we can make a query and take it from the XML database. And then finally we have manipulate. Manipulate is nothing but if you want to change the record details of any students, of course we can change this easily using this XML format. And there are mainly two types in the XML. One is XML enabled database and then native XML database. First let me explain about XML enabled database. XML enabled database nothing but here we are going to create a XML database without the convention of using the XML here. It is nothing but it is like a table format. It is a relational database. In this table we will having rows and columns. So XML data enabled database is very easy to handle. For example, let us take a university. If you want to keep a record of, for example, in a university we have a library. Of course, there are lots of thousands and thousands of books in that library. If we want particularly a particular book from that, either we can search it by the author name or we can search the book by using the name of the book or the author of the book. So these can be easily handled by XML enabled database. So that only we are using XML enabled database. Next come the native enabled database. Native enabled XML database is not like enabled database. It is different from the enabled database. Here it will store all this data in a container form. If you want to store anything very largely, we can come to native enabled form. So it is more, if we compare enabled and native XML database, native XML database is very efficient than enabled because here time complexity and all those things is very less. So only peoples and all the users are using this. For example, we can take a bank. If a bank want to record a person's bank transactions and all those things, we can go for this native enabled database.
Advantages of XML database. Flexible data structure. XML database supports semi-structured data, making them ideal for irregular or evaluating data formats. Hierarchical organizations. XML naturally represents the hierarchical data, which is useful for documents, configurations, and the nested data relationships. Integrations with web technologies. XML is widely used in the web service, making XML database articles for the data exchange in the distributed systems. Good for document storage, useful in applications needing native storage and the retrieval of XML documents. Disadvantages of XML database. Performance overhead, complex query language. Querying XML queries, XQueries, XPath, which have a steeper learning curve, the SQL. Data redundancy, tags can make XML verbose, increasing file size and storage requirements. Limited maturity and toolings. Scalability concerns. XML database may struggle with high transaction. Thank you.
So thank you for we have discussed about case study on XML database, vital role in database management system. Thank you.